What's going on, everybody? It's the Bag of Tricks here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the 5 best ways to quickly and safely improve as a new skier. Before this video gets started, I just want to say that the web store is fully loaded with merch, and if you want to support the channel, the best way to do so is to pick up some merch. Link will be down below in the description and also up here in one of the corners. Before we really dive into the list I have for you guys, I just wanted to say that lessons are not going to be on this list, but they are an extremely important thing for beginner skiers. I would always suggest a new skier to take a few lessons, but the rest of this list are going to be things you can do outside of your lessons to continue to improve and get better at the sport. So I have not personally been a beginner skier in a very long time, but my girlfriend recently started last winter, and I have been teaching her how to ski and how to get better. And throughout that process, I have learned a lot as the teacher of things that maybe we shouldn't do, the things that are working. It's been a learning process for us both, especially me, because I might have pushed her a little far too fast. But throughout that journey, I have learned a lot of things that really work for a beginner skier, and those are what I'm going to be talking about today. So let's hop into it, and number 1 is going to be to find a trail that you're super comfortable with and make that your home base. A lot of skiing is mental, it's scary, it's nerve-wracking. When you're confident, you're gonna ski a lot better, and the physical aspects of the sport are going to become a lot easier because you're not thinking about it as much. But if all you're thinking about is how scared you are, then you're really gonna struggle with the physical aspects. So it's really important to find a trail that you can make your home base, the trail that you're super comfortable on, you can start your day there to build your confidence, and then a trail that you can come back to in the future when you're ready to learn more advanced techniques. So let's say you want to learn how to hockey stop, or you want to learn how to carve without pizzaing the entire time. Well, you probably don't want to learn those new techniques on a trail that's really scary for you. Go back to your home base trail and then learn those new techniques and work on those new techniques in that environment rather than somewhere that you're scared or you're not comfortable with. And also have that trail as somewhere you can go back to when you've maybe lost some confidence and you just want to get back into the groove, get back into the swing of things, so you can go back to that trail and build up that confidence once again. So number 2 is going to be don't go too far too fast. There's a lot of things that can happen. I know a lot of friend groups will take a new skier with them and kind of throw them into the fire, take them down a black diamond on their 3rd run or something like that, and it's really not the best way to learn at all. It's probably the worst way to learn, because there's a lot of things that can happen in those situations with a beginner skier. If you're a beginner and you've gone through these situations, you could probably agree with what I'm about to say. But number 1, you're probably gonna be scared. Number 2, you're probably not gonna do that well on the trail, and that's gonna just ruin your confidence. Number 3, you could crash and get hurt. And when you're hurt, you can't ski, and when you can't ski, you can't get better at skiing. It's really important to slowly work your way up the ranks of trails, from the bunny hill to the longer beginner hills to slightly more difficult beginner hills to then your first blue square and so on. Really be smart about where you go after you've mastered your home base trail. Don't just jump to a super difficult trail right away. Again, I really want to emphasize mentally here, the mental aspect of learning how to ski. You want to stay confident and you want to stay comfortable, and you don't want to be scared. By eliminating those 3 things, physically you're going to do much better. So take it slow, work your way up to the more difficult trails, and if you're just not ready, you're not ready, and it's fine to continue skiing somewhere you're comfortable with until you feel like you're ready. All right, moving on to number 3. While you do want a home base trail, and while you do want to be super cautious when it comes to trying new trails or trying new techniques, it's also very important that you do try new trails. So number 3 is going to be make sure to expand out to more than just the bunny hill, for example, or more than just that home base trail. Now, you want to do this smartly. You don't want to jump straight to a black diamond, like I said before, but you want to experience more than just one trail. And it can be just going from one green circle to another green circle. Maybe that other green circle has more bends than the trail. Maybe it's a little bit more narrow than the trail you've been skiing on. Maybe there's more people over there. Whatever the case may be, it's always good to get out and experience other trails. And you don't have to try new techniques on these trails. You don't have to do anything crazy, but just skiing them and then building that confidence and building that foundation and familiarity with a bunch of different terrain, a bunch of different styles of trail. That's really important, not only for your actual physical skiing skill, but the mental side of things as well. Because then if you go to a new resort, let's say, those trails are gonna be different than anything you tried at the resort you learned at, right? But since you skied a lot of different trails at the resort you learned at, these new trails at the new resort aren't gonna seem as scary because you've conquered a lot of different things and you've experienced a lot of different things. So make sure while you have that home-based trail, you don't just only ski that. You want to get outside of your comfort zone a little bit and gradually experience more and more trails. Step number 4, for people that really want to improve and really want to become strong skiers, you have to ski often. You can't just go once a year. You can't just go a couple times a year. If you really truly want to improve at this sport, it's about repetition. It's pretty simple. Just ski as much as you can afford, as much as your schedule allows you to. The more you ski, the better you're going to get. You can say that about pretty much anything in life. Try to get out and ski as much as you can. If you just go on one trip a year, you're probably not going to see that much improvement year over year. In between those trips, try to go somewhere locally or whatever. That's one of the simplest tips I can give, but it's something that people don't really think about. If you only ski once a year and you're wondering why you're not improving, it's probably because the first half of that one day a year, you're relearning what you learned the previous year. But by skiing more often, you're not gonna have to relearn stuff quite as much. I mean, everybody has to relearn and get their ski legs back under them at the beginning of each season, but you shouldn't have to relearn everything that you learned the previous year. And if you're only skiing once a year, that's exactly what you're gonna be doing. And the 5th and final thing you can do, quickly improve, is to ski with people more experienced than you. By doing so, you're able to ask questions about certain things. You're able to just visually, if you're a visual person, just watch them, watch what they're doing. Hopefully this is somebody close to you who's willing to give you tips and help you when you're struggling through different things. You know, maybe you're struggling to get your skis back on when you fall. Well, an experienced skier has done that a million times, and they should be able to walk you through the easiest ways to get that ski back on. Skiing with somebody that's been there and done that is it's a phenomenal way to learn anything. And even me, somebody that I feel I'm pretty experienced and pretty good at skiing, when it comes to steeper terrain or stuff that I've never experienced before, or maybe terrain park tricks that I've never done before, I'm always picking the brains of people that are better than me to see kind of what they say and get their tips and their thoughts on what I'm about to try. So don't feel ashamed that you're not quite as good as the person you're skiing with. Just use them as a resource to help you improve. And I mean, me personally, when I ski with people that are better than me, I always get a little bit better by the end of the day. So that is the final tip I can give you guys. Those are 5 ways to quickly and safely improve as a beginner skier. I hope this video helped you. If it did, be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, also leave them down below in the comments. I'll try to get to every single one. Thank you guys for watching. It means the world to me to have your support. I will see you in the next video. Peace.